camera's bullshit. Fix your shit. No. Okay, here's the point. I have some goals that align with this, so I'm gonna make some content about this. So Ruth B came out with a song with some other guy. I don't remember. I don't know his name, but it's a song called 28, and I think it has something to do with the Hunger Games. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Anyway, so Ruth B comes out with a song, and it's about her sentiment about being 28. So I went and I listened to this song, and it really gave me the same sort of sentiment that the song by Paramore 26 gave. I covered this song. I've made a lot of content about this song. That's one of I really excuse me, I really deeply like the 26 song by Paramore. I really like Paramore. I really like age pieces. Obviously, I'm a fan of Adele and all of her albums, 1921. All the others. I drink wine. All of them because they just signify these like timestamps like as you get older there's certain things that start to change and certain kind of characteristics, especially about being a woman, that will start to become familiar to you, and those timepieces and albums really do make a difference. I feel like Amy Winehouse really started this with Frank, but that's something that I feel like we might have to deep dive in on another day. But for today, let's talk about Ruth B, 28, 26, and Willow Smith. So Willow Smith came out with something. What was this song called? I was just watching it. I didn't even remember the name of it. It's called Alone. And it's just basically the cinematography here is just Willow in black and white talking about something. And I want to talk about a few things here. So I want to talk about the similarity between Willow's video cinematography for Alone and the cinematography for is it 4 or 5 seconds with Kanye West and Rihanna. That was the first time. So there's a song. I know. I feel like I'm saying the right thing here. It's called like 4 or 5. Yeah, it's called 4 or 5 seconds with Rihanna and Kanye West and Paul McCartney. Obviously, Paul McCartney was one of the Beatles. Just the fact that he's the Beatles is incredible. When that came out, that was the whole thing. People didn't even know that Paul McCartney was a Beatle because Rihanna and Kanye West were so popular that like they had taken the reins. Imagine trying to be more popular than the Beatles. That's funny. The Beatles are like iconic. I mean, I love Rihanna and I love Kanye West, but they're nowhere near the Beatles. Like, anyway, okay, so 4 or 5 seconds is this pop song. I don't even know if I can call it pop. Maybe it's like alt rock song that comes out that is basically Rihanna and Kanye West and Paul McCartney all in black and white singing about feelings. And you see Rihanna displaying these fucking feelings on her face. It's anger, it's despair, it's sadness. These are feelings that we aren't accustomed to seeing black women feel at all. But obviously Rihanna's like this alt black woman, right? So she's experimenting with all the feelings. And now we see like Willow Smith kind of like echoing that sentiment and kind of giving that black and white, like I'm feeling feelings. She's kind of grunge. She's giving Alanis Morissette, excuse me. And then Ruth B comes out with this song that is also very similar to another. I gotta say, like, Rihanna was maybe the first black artist that we had to really, like, feel some real feelings of the real world. Like, I don't, because we have Beyonce, so I don't want to like cancel her out. But Beyonce is always the person who's gonna give you like the I'm shine. She gives you like the I have a crown and I'm golden and I'm all good and everything's always going well vibes. But like Rihanna will give you the like shit is going bad. Let me tell you how it's going bad and let me like explore with you the like how it's going bad vibes. And I feel like most of us kind of live in the real world where there's like an equal amount of good and bad. So that's why we relate more to Rihanna than Beyonce, who's always on like good, and Rihanna's kind of like this like half and half. Like Rihanna's gonna win every time. Anyway, so Rihanna has this video called Stay with Mikki Echo, and I want to talk for a second about why that video was important. So the Mikki Echo video with Rihanna was important because it was the first time we actually saw a like European white artist with a black art. Like Rihanna's done this before with Maroon 5 where she did like um if I never see your face again, I don't mind. It was a like she did it again with Justin Timberlake and this other song I think was like Rehab. But Rihanna has this way of doing these songs and these videos. So she's like this black girl who's demonstrating these like really kind of tumultuous feelings with like these white guys, but it's not just about the guy being white, it's about the guy being male. So she's actually able to have this like back and forth as like a black female with a male character going back and forth but with these like emotional like turmoils with like her femininity and his masculinity and her sexuality and his sexuality, and he's like attracted to her and she's attracted to him, and they're talking about like why they might not be able to be together or the jealousy. And Stay was it was another example of that, but it was giving more vulnerable because in this example Rihanna was naked with no clothes in a tub, just completely naked with like, and she had half a head of hair. So we saw like a black woman almost like halfway without a weave, like without nothing. She was just in a tub with water with like a white guy who's talking about like feelings. And that was like the first time we had that. And so I feel like what Ruth B is doing is kind of taking a step forward from that, and then also taking a step forward from Paramore's 26 and kind of combining that. So she's giving Ruth B has been doing this for a while with like the dirty Nikes. If you go back and listen to that, it's she's giving this perspective of like being in a relationship with a guy who's seemingly like probably a Caucasian guy who she's in a relationship with, but it's kind of like a situationship relationship that didn't currently work out, and she's trying to like work her feelings through that. But the cinematography for this particular video, which is 28, is like combining the sentiment of this Rihanna video, which is, you know, with Mikki Echo called Stay. And then also with a 4 or 5 seconds to, I just kind of want to put these feelings together because I feel like I have some time tomorrow, so I'm gonna like dial in and make a better written version of this analysis tomorrow. But I just wanted you guys to kind of like see this and put these ideas together, and I'm gonna put some links in the description box to the actual video so you can kind of see how I graft a written piece. Come with me on this journey to a well formulated written piece that I will submit somewhere. Okay. Yeah, so like that is how we get to 28 with Ruth B, which makes so much sense to me, but like I know how she got there, and I want you to also know kind of probably where she's pulling from, so you don't just think it's coming from nowhere, so that you can understand the inspiration and even her backstory, because Ruth B is super interesting.